All right. I thought I'd do a review of the bikes I'm seeing so far for 2018. That's me on the rad. So let's go ahead and dive in. The Luna Apex bike, this thing is amazing. So the good news, I would say, is that the suspension looks incredible. I don't know how this works, but that's got to be amazing off-road. And this is the battery right here. Now, you would say it doesn't necessarily look like an electric bike, but you definitely couldn't put this on the trail. The other thing is the price is, I guess it's got different sizes as well. So obviously it's in the 5,000 range. It has a ton of options here. One other thing that's interesting as well is the speed. This is definitely a very different vehicle. So this thing does 40 miles an hour. So it really is something that you wouldn't be commuting with, unless you really lived in an area where you could do that without it being too obvious. So this one I just thought was interesting. Obviously, Luna Cycles, they have others as well. And if you just head over to lunacycle.com, you can see the full list of what they have. Let's see, that's their shop. There's the e-bikes right there. The Road, the Fusion, the Cross. Ooh, the Fat Tire. Let's see what that one's about. Yeah, so they have definitely other bikes, more traditional. Oh, look at that. That's kind of like lithium cycles. That's one that I need to add. So they did one similar to lithium. So actually, let's pull that guy up here really quick. Lithium, there it is. I knew I had it in my history. Okay, let's see where we're at. Here we go. The new Scout S1 pre-order. There you go. Oops, everybody's doing that now. It's annoying. Okay. So the thing I don't like about this is they made this look like a tank, like a gas tank, and like a motorcycle. And I asked them, I said, guys, do you still have the other one? I liked it so much better. It had a thin battery. And they said, yeah, we still carry that one. But this is the bike that we're making now. Where's the other? Like, there's home. I should have prepared ahead of time. Shop USA. I think that's the problem I had, is that I'd asked them and they're like, yeah, but this is the one we're making now. And I don't know what happened to it, but the design was much better. The battery was flat. It was like a flat battery, and it was underneath the seat. So it just worked really nicely, I thought. But anyway, I digress. So that's lithium. And then we went through the Luna. And so Luna has other bikes as well, like I said. So check out some of these. Just quickly take a look at Cross. Yeah, I'm so done with now that one's kind of interesting, but the typical battery where you see the battery, like this Dolphin battery thing, I'm just not a fan anymore. Now that is kind of cool. That's like the Saunders design. Now that's interesting. It's like me when I did put like cloth on my bike temporarily. I was kind of playing around with it. Didn't quite end up the way I wanted, mainly because of the color. I grabbed blue for some reason. Black would be better, but that's kind of that same concept of so obviously the battery's hidden underneath there. It's not blatantly obvious. So that's kind of interesting. The price is still too steep though for what that is. I don't know. Let's see what the MPH. Got a bunch of other options. 60 to 100 mile range, but I don't know if that means as you're pedaling or not. And I can't say I see anything about speed. There we go. That's interesting. Can be programmed to 1500 watts the ultimate in speed and torque. Now that's kind of cool. So they kind of let you dial it in. So I bet it could go quite fast. Huh. Fun. But this is what scares me away. So sorry guys, I'm out for now. VanMoof, you guys heard me talk about this one. I just think this thing is so elegant. The only thing I need to find out from these guys is, do you have to pedal to propel? Is there some sort of accelerator? Because I don't always want to have to pedal. It's just my thing. This is a good looking bike. And where's the battery, you say? I don't know. I don't see it. It's in its tube. And it has a little kind of some hidden computer stuff. I love that too. Actually, we go back to the handlebars. That might be kind of an accelerator, but it's very, very simplistic. I like that. All right. That's VanMoof. I'll need to get more into this thing for sure and see what the deal is. They've got some really cool designs overall. Just elegant. Steep price, $3,000, but I think you get a lot for it. I don't know how peppy it is. That's one thing too. The engine itself. It's an interesting 250 watt, but it's really how you use it. So it doesn't scare me so much. But this is definitely going to be meant for commuting back and forth. I did see that on the YouTube channel, that electric bike review guy, who always seems to have like every electric bike reviewed. So good for him. But when he reviewed this one, he said it felt a bit stiff. So as you can tell, there is really no major suspension. He said under the seat, there's like these little cushions. But effectively, that's all you get. It's like a stiff fork and everything else. So I'm intrigued by the design, but I just wonder if it's one of those things where you go, wow, it's a cool look, but it's totally not practical. It's kind of like kind of a Porsche in a way. It's a very firm, if you've ever owned one. It's a lot of fun. All right, anyway, let's advance. So this M2S Bikes, someone on my YouTube channel posted this, so thank you. I love this bike here. Now I know it looks a lot like the Rad, but obviously right here it has a more advanced rear suspension, or actually has a rear suspension where the Rad does not. Additionally, the battery, although it is a bump, it's not like in your face bump. It's, something's going on, but maybe that's some sort of, container. The price is attractive. That's what the Rad was originally. I think when I bought it, it was like around $17,500, approaching $18,000. But one thing I want to show you, check this guy out, 28 miles an hour. Now that's nice. So again, on the trail, you would be obvious, like a bike trail, it'd be pretty obvious. It's kind of like the Rad Rover. People do stare at it every single time it comes by. Almost every typical Trek touring bike guy that comes by, same thing. They all stare at it like, Don't always. Again, I think you've seen some of the visual cues I get and the glaring. Not a lot of people really thrilled that I'm riding on the trail, but I'm sorry. I'm just commuting to it from work. Please move on. Get over it. This thing is definitely meant for off-roading. Now, it's not the fastest one out there, but
Push is our full suspension electric fat bike. It features a mid-drive electric motor, a 14.5 amp hour lithium-ion battery, hydraulic disc brakes, and a lot of other great features.
Hydraulic brakes also.
Stay tuned as we take the all-terrain Cush out to the single-track trails at Colo Bike Park.
This one's called the Cush.
Technical off-road terrain. The bike also features a strong LCD light that is activated through the bar-mounted control that runs off the main battery. Hydraulic disc brakes, 10-speed Shimano Dior components, 100mm aluminum alloy handlebar with adjustable stem.
Nice.
Thanks for checking out the all-terrain Cush.
So there it is. Yeah, that guy's tempting, but again, it's the same look. So, you know, if we go to Rad, now Rad has, they have their new 2018 bikes out now. So this is the new Rad. Much better design. I give them props for that. It's very similar, but it's like an updated painting style. Some of the other improvements on the battery. It's not as much of a dolphin look there, dolphin tail, but it's still pretty obvious. They have not, this is where I would ding them a little bit. They haven't really done a lot to improve. I mean, you know, visually. Suspension, probably still kind of the same kind of fork. The light thing. Really? I just got a text message in the middle of this video. Let's see what else. So, what else was I going to tell you? Yeah, so that's my only, sorry about that. The only feedback I had. Now, this is a cool, I do like the paint on this, but it's pretty much the same thing. Now, nothing wrong with that. This thing is bulletproof, pretty much. You know, I'm exaggerating, but it's a great bike, a lot of fun. And it looks like they did improve the light, but again, I prefer an external power source, so I'm not sucking battery there. Looks like they also made this upper bar thinner or thin, kind of a compressed tube. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a visual effect or what, but yeah, that's good. The price is decent for what you get. It's a great commuting bike. Off-road, on-road, you know, thank you, Rad, for all the work you guys did. Again, my tip would be to change it up a little bit too. Do some different stuff, not the same old thing. And please hide the battery. Could you at least come out with one that doesn't have such an obvious battery? Thank you. Saunders. My dad actually is looking at this. So they have this pre-sale stock. They've got some new designs as well. So they have a folding bike, which is kind of cool. So it's a shorter. Now, Rad has one too. So not that they don't. But their prices are super aggressive. This is impressive stuff. I don't know if you've, let's see, there's the range. Where's the speed? Oh, great. It'd be helpful if I didn't. There we go. Up to 20 miles an hour. So this is the legal limit. It makes sense. You're probably not going to get much more out of that. Then there's the X. I don't know what the huge difference is there. Look at it another time. The original. Now they've always had, Saunders has always had this thing where they've kind of hidden the battery, which I like. But I think some of the reviews on it, it felt a little sluggish. I don't know if that's true. I have not tried one, so don't beat me up for that. Maybe they've improved that. Here you can see this is a thinner one. So they've got, now see, this is nice. Rad should do something like this. They not only have their fat tire bike, but they also have the thin version, or the Saunders X. Okay, and the X is like your typical fat tire. So that is Saunders. And the one my dad's looking at is the thin. Yeah, that one. The thin. I think he was going for the blue. Something like that. So it's a thinner tire. It's got great distance. They have decent battery options as well. Like an extended battery. It does cost more, right? It bumps the price. But even still, it's not horrible. That's a good price. What else do we have here? Pure Cycles. This one I like. This guy, I think, was on an Indiegogo. And if you go to the electric section here for Pure Cycles, $2,000, and you get the following kind of design. It's something about it to me is intriguing. Where's the battery? Another thing. Good job. So you've got the Van Moof for $3,000. Seriously, do people have to text me right now? For $3,000, you've got this. Yeah, for Van Moof is 3. For Pure Cycles, it's 2. Now, granted, this looks like a smaller profile, but where's the video? Where's the video? Yeah, here's what it looks like. So it's kind of like this, I don't know, maybe like you're riding a kid's bike in a way, but it kind of is and isn't. Oh, do I have to play this whole thing?
This is us. Well, this was us. Well,
anyway, you guys can watch that. But it kind of has that look, but it also, something about it looks very commutery, you know, kind of modern commute vibe to it. I really like this bike. It comes with a single speed belt or 8-speed. See if that changes the price. Doesn't change the price at all. Interesting. So the cool thing is it's got a 40-mile range. I'm pretty sure this one is also, this one they don't have it out yet, but let's see if they get into the specs at all. Yeah, 20 miles an hour. So it's more the conservative route, up to 40 miles. That's probably if you're also pedaling, I would imagine. I don't know, could be wrong. Comes with an app. But, so even though it's kind of, you know, it is high-tech-ish, doesn't look like it. Exactly like Van Moof, but $1,000 less. So that's, you know, like an iPhone 10 and this bike, if you wanted it. I don't know. That's the only thing stopping me from Van Moof. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think I can do that. So what are we looking at now? Yeah. So the Pure Cycles Volta 8-speed. That one's cool. And I think if I were to pick a color, it probably would be gray. Yeah. I think I'm done with white bikes. I would go gray. That's kind of unique. It's, you know, most of them are either black or white nowadays. So I think I'd go with, I don't know if I would do the single speed. What do you guys think? You know, it's funny because I only run 1 speed on my electric bike, and I rarely want to pedal it because it's so freaking heavy. Speaking of that, what is the weight on this thing? 37 pounds. That's nice. That is seriously nice. So see, this one, if you ran out of batteries, you would want an 8-speed because then you could like roll through the different, you know, gears. It probably adds to the complexity of the look, though. So if you want a more streamlined look, the single belt, single speed is probably your better look. So just something to consider when you go through all this. Like I said, for the route, I only use it to commute. And, well, sometimes on the weekend I go to play in the dirt. But the gear thing, I just don't really do that much. And especially with this one, you're not really going to be off-roading it. So I would lean more towards the single speed. Has a more simplistic look to it. Next is the Jolt. I saw this on Indiegogo as well. And this one is a folding electric bike. 20 miles an hour, 50-mile range. And let's just play
Hi,
the video.
I'm John Madden, and I'm from Newport
His
Beach,
name's John
California,
Madden.
and I'm on a
I mean,
mission to
seriously,
build the best
any
electric
football
bike,
fans, you gotta
but
love
with
that.
little change. So I thought, what better time than ever to give
The
bikes
price
a
on
tech
this thing is
upgrade
really
full
good. Let's see what it's
functionality.
at now.
After many iterations, prototypes, and hundreds of hours of R&D, I
$600.
can humbly say that I've come up with a perfect bike for everyone. Let me introduce to you Jolt. Jolt
Check
is not
this
your
out.
typical bike. It's electric, foldable, and affordable for everyone. Made for any time, any situation, and any rider.
Now that
Hand
one,
designed and
if you
engineered in
think
the
about
US,
it, the one I just
Jolt
like
will
this
get you
off the
anywhere you need
Volta,
to be
this guy
with a smile on your face
and
every
this guy
time.
are very similar.
Enough with the details.
You don't really see
Let's
the
take
battery
Jolt
on
for a
this
ride.
one.
Jolt is our answer to connecting
I
people
just don't
within
know how
cities
fast
without
it is.
polluting the planet or
It says
breaking
20
a
miles an
sweat.
hour, but how long does it take you
It makes
to get
hills
to
easier
20?
to overcome and arriving in style without
I
a
just don't
sweat.
like feeling
So
like
you
I'm
can
on a
focus on
slushy
what's
bike.
important to you, like having
It's a
fun.
slight hill there.
We
so maybe
designed
it's not
Jolt to be
terrible.
funner, faster, and easier than anything else you've ever experienced. With Jolt, you can ride over 50 miles on a single charge
50
using
miles
our
on a single
patent-pending endless spinner wheel technology. Jolt is handcrafted with top-of-the-line components. Comes with a 6-speed onboard computer
Yeah,
and
that's,
comes in a variety of hip, cool color.
That was pretty cool. The only thing I
Jolt
don't
will never
like
let you
again
down.
is like I don't
It
necessarily
even
like
allows
the
you to
Jolt,
charge any of
you
your
know,
mobile devices.
It looks like,
thanks
it
to its
sounds like an
built-in
electric
USB
bike.
charging port.
I'd probably put some
Jolt
stickers
is
over
perfect
that
for
just
getting
because
around town
I
fast
wouldn't really
without
want to
breaking a sweat.
broadcast that I have an electric
But
bike.
if you still want exercise, just ride Jolt like you would a normal bike without any assistance of the motor. Or ride in hybrid mode and set the
this
level
is
of
nice.
assistance you need
You
using
either
the
run it like a
6-speed onboard
bicycle,
LCD
hybrid,
display.
like a pedal
The
assist.
choice
or
is
full.
yours. Don't feel like pedaling? Hit the throttle, sit back, relax, and let Jolt do all the work. Jolt is fun for all ages and riding styles, day or night.
And
Whatever
there's
your mission
one
is,
other.
Jolt's got you
So
covered.
let's pause that. Hopefully this helps, guys. So if we just go down the list, Luna with their electric bike looks like a hell of a lot of fun. This is like through the roof. Money's no object, and you just want to have a crap ton of fun. This would be that bike. Pretty sure. This one, engineering, amazing. This is probably the Apple computer of electric bikes. I don't know how comfortable it is, though. And the other thing, I don't know if you can accelerate forward without having to pedal. I just don't want to have to do that all the time. This one, I agree with the YouTube subscriber that left the note. This is really a strong competitor. The price is charming. That is a nice price. And the speed, I appreciate that they let you go over 28. If you're a moron and you're like rolling people over with your electric bike on the bike trails, that's your issue. But I really love the design of what they have come up with. So it comes in black, green. Oh, they're not showing me pictures. Or blue. And there's large and medium. So that, I'm 5'8". I bet you, unfortunately for me, I'm like on the verge of either one of those. I don't know how that would work necessarily, but I have to take a peek. Maybe I'd have to reach out to them. This one's impressive. But guess what? It looks a lot like this one. Now, Rad's done a good job of bringing their price down. I am not giving them great props on the battery design. Saunders, I mean, the price is amazing. So if you really were wanting to try an electric bike and were a little nervous about the price, I would attempt a Saunders. These guys have been around a while. They've made a lot of electric bikes, fat tires, and I would probably go this route if I didn't want to blow a ton of money and get into it. Another, if you didn't want to blow a lot of money, which is really intriguing, is this Jolt. I mean, I don't think you can beat that. $600. Pretty incredible. And the last item is this guy. Again, it looks so simplistic and it's really kind of cool, but it's kind of uncomfortable price for what you kind of end up with. So it's a super commuter bike for $2,000. You really couldn't take it off road if you wanted to. I just don't know. It's somewhere between, this thing just looks kind of crazy fun for the price. So tempting. And Saunders, if you're new to electric bikes, is where I would go. I think I'm repeating myself, but I'm just kind of like going, I love this subject. So anywho, hope this helps. I'll leave all of the links in the video. Check them all out. Wow, what is that? Ooh, 48 miles an hour. Hang on, stop it, go back. Ooh, we may end this with something really cool. Holy cow. Whoa. All right, but this definitely looks like a motorcycle. Let's be honest. Amazing. What's the speed on that? 45 miles an hour. Whew. Wow. That is pretty incredible. Do they have any video? I just have pictures. Oh, that thing's so cool. It's actually cheaper. I guess because it looks more like a motorcycle, so the green one looks cool. Although Ozzy Osbourne doesn't like green. But, wow. Is that just me? Pretty cool. Anyway, guys, hey, yeah, I'll leave all the links. I got totally distracted there, but in a good way. This is good stuff. Keep it up. All right, y'all have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.